A group in San Francisco have qualified a ballot measure that criminalizes male circumcision. But it's also worth mentioning that a group in my neck of the woods in Santa Monica was also trying to do so until earlier this year, where they put their measure on hold for this year. One can easily imagine the mischief and confusion that would occur if each of the 481 cities in the state of California tried to regulate medical procedures by the ballot box. The specific idea for this bill actually came from United States Congressman Brad Sherman, who introduced similar legislation at the federal level. But I'll tell you a little bit about why I decided to do it, aside from the obvious fact that, despite all of our faults, the California legislature is still a little bit more nimble than Congress. So were this initiative to pass, expectant mothers would face the difficult choice of which city to deliver in. And furthermore, the confusing and mean-spirited patchwork of regulations in various cities could result in many Californians feeling unwelcome in certain parts of the state. And there's no doubt in my mind that there is some religious animus among the initiative proponents. I did a double take when I saw some of the imagery in this comic book that is being circulated by the measure's proponents. The stereotypes in this comic book one might expect to see in 1911, but not in 2011. They have no basis, and they are totally inappropriate in modern political discourse. So you have to conclude this is a divisive and frivolous use of the initiative process, and this is an affront to personal, parental, and religious liberties. The question becomes what to do about it. Well, there is a tradition in this country of it being one of the most important roles of government to step in when a group seeks to take away the rights of or to pick on a minority. I'm also someone who has made it a hallmark of my legislative program this term to reform the way that the ballot initiative process is used and sometimes abused. Woodrow Wilson once said, "Once you lead the people into war, they forget that there ever was such a thing as tolerance." We've seen some very hateful ballot initiatives in the past decade, measures that amounted to declarations of war on certain groups. I don't want our great state to degenerate into a back-and-forth war where groups use the ballot box to attack and take away other groups' rights, beliefs, or practices. This bill is very simple. It makes legislative findings that male circumcision has value, and it occupies the field, meaning that it preempts local jurisdictions from passing laws prohibiting male circumcision. The bill contains an urgency clause, meaning it would take effect immediately upon passage and signature, instead of waiting until next year. And we are optimistic and hopeful that it will be signed and passed into law this year.